The reason why I picked today's reading more than anything else is because it created a question some time ago, which I struggled to find the answers to. And regardless of how often I asked myself the question, I couldn't find an answer in myself. So it took a while to do a little bit of research, and what I've come up with, I hope you can see where I'm coming from. The question was, what I asked myself is, what's the difference between being called and being chosen? Now, that's a big question. That's a big question for me, because I'm not experienced and I don't have Bible knowledge. It's just one of those questions which I kept asking, and I said, well, I'm going to have to research both to see what I come up with, and this is what I come up with, and I'm going to do it today. Now, the reason why I'm going to start with this one particular one, yeah. This is when God spoke to Moses, yeah, and God said to Moses, I want you to lead the children of Israel out, and this is the conversation, how it went. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. And the Lord said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well, and also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth. And I will be thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. Now that was the original chosen. That was the first real chosen, Now, that was chapter 4, verses 10 to 16. Now, the next really chosen person I found in Deuteronomy. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 7, verses 1 to 6. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land, whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them, and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all peoples that are upon the face of the earth. Now, that's a big choose. You know, that's a big choose. He didn't just choose one person, he chose a large amount of people to do a big job. And, he said, you're going to do all this. This is what you were going to do. You don't have really choices. So when you're being chosen, it's like, there's no argument. That's what you're going to do. Right. The next one, you haven't got many, I promise. The next one is Judges chapter 20, verses 15 and 16. And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword, beside the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. Among all this people there were 700 chosen men, left-handed, everyone could sling stones at a hair's breadth and not miss. So these people were gifted, 700 gifted men who could hit a hair. How far away with a stone? I can't see a hair. I can't see a hair on here without my glasses. I couldn't hit it with a shovel. But these people were gifted, and they were left-handed, and they were chosen, 700 chosen men, left-handed everyone. So God doesn't just pick clever people. He doesn't just pick somebody who's good at maths or good at English or good at this or good at that. He picks them for lots of different reasons. And if you're chosen, it doesn't mean that you are good at everything. It just means God knows that you can do this one thing exactly the way he wants you to do it. So that's why, there's a difference between chosen and called. One last one. This one is from 1 Chronicles chapter 28, verses 2 to 6. Then David the king stood up upon his feet and said, Hear me, my brethren, and my people. As for me, I had in mine heart to build a house of rest for the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and for the footstool of our God, and had made ready for the building. But God said unto me, Thou shalt not build a house for my name, because thou hast been a man of war, and hast shed blood. Howbeit the Lord God of Israel chose me before all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever, for he hath chosen Judah to be the ruler, and of the house of Judah, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father he liked me to make me king over all Israel. All of my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon, my son, to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. And he said unto me, Solomon, thy son, he shall build my house and my courts, and I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be his father. Now, that's the three. There's lots of samples of being chosen, and I suppose there will be information about being called. But I do recall one verse, which is part of a parable, which says, many are called, but few are chosen. I would like to think we were all called, and I would like to think there's somebody in here chosen. It's not for us to say who or why or when or what you're chosen to do or what you're called to do. I would just like to think it was possible that Those two categories, somebody in here fits them both. You just have to wait and see. Thank you very much.